All right, before I get started in today's video, I just want to make all my viewers aware that I'm going to be conducting a series of giveaways to promote my Monkey Craft YouTube channel. And if that interests you, I'll have some more information later on in this video for you to check out. Hello everyone, welcome back to Monkey Craft. This is the 5th video in my journey of creating my 3D print business that I call my little print shack here. In my last video, we did 3 initial prints. We did the benchy, the bin for the poop chute, and the scraper. Okay? In this video, we're going to go a step farther, and the first thing we're going to print is an actual temp tower that we use to fine-tune the filament that we're using to dial in the correct temperature for that filament. We're going to show you that. We're going to do all that, and we're going to use the Elegoo slicer to do those, because these first initial 3 prints came loaded on the printer. But in order to do from here on out, we need to use the Elegoo slicer. So I'm going to show you that and how to do all that. So we're going to do the temp tower first, and then we're going to do an upgrade to the printer for the top. It's like a riser that's with a hinged lid for the glass. Because right now I just have the glass sitting here, but I have a hinged lid. It's really nice. I'll show that. And then there's a small adapter that goes at the top of the tool head where the tube goes in that takes out the sharp angle. We're going to print that as well, and maybe a few others. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing we do, I'm going to show you how to use the Elegoo slicer to slice that temp tower, and I'll show you where I got it. I got it off of Maker World. I'll show you that. Then I'll show you how to slice it, and then we'll print it, and then we'll come back when it's printed and we'll go over the results. And then I'll show you how to take those results and update the profile for the filament in the Elegoo slicer so that the upgraded changes will affect all my prints when I use that particular filament, this Elegoo marble filament, from here on out. All right, let's get started. All right, guys, in order to print the temp tower, we're going to need the STL, the file, for the temp tower. For that, we're going to go over here to Maker World, and we're going to do a search for the 0.4, because that's the nozzle size we're using, 0.4 PLA temp tower. We'll hit search, and it'll give us back our results here. Now, there's a lot of different ones you can select from. I'm going to choose the one I like. It's called Quick PLA Temp Tower. I'm going to click on that. And the only thing you need to do on this page is over here you download the STL and CAD files. We click there, download all. As you can see, it's downloading over here. It's done. So once I have the file downloaded, then we're going to go over to and click down here on the Elegoo Slicer app. So let's go into the Slicer app now. So we're now in the Elegoo Slicer. Now, if you don't already have the Elegoo Slicer, if you go to elegoo.com, right across in the main header bar, you'll see a button on the far right for downloading the software. You go in and grab the slicer there. Now, I've got it set up for my Elegoo Centauri carbon with the 0.4 nozzle. That's the stock nozzle. and I'm going to be using Elegoo PLA marble in color. So the first step will be then to download or import the file that we downloaded. So we're going to import the file. See, it's right here, Temp Tower. Click on that, hit open. And now we got the Elegoo PLA marble in there. We're not going to change any of the settings. We're going to use the stock settings for the filament. We're going to go ahead and click Slice the Plate. As you can see, there's 101 layers in this slice. And if you grab the right slider and bring it down, you can see each individual layer as it will be printed. And we get down the first layer. If you grab the bottom one and move it to the left, you can see how it's going to start out and print the first bottom layer. Well, let's go back. You can play with that on your own. Bring it back up. Now you can see it's going to use 18.28 grams, not very much, right? 27 cents in cost. It's going to take about 56 minutes to print it. Okay? Now, when you hit print, the way I've got it set up now is it's just going to upload this file for the Temp Tower to the printer. So we upload the file. You can see down here it's uploading the printer. It's done. It's done talking to the printer. So we'll go over and I'll show you what that looks like on the printer screen. So let's just go in here to the files. And then right up there is the Temp Tower. Oop, that's not the right one. Cancel that. I put my fat finger on the wrong one. That's the Temp Tower. And I know it's hard to see here, but it says textured PEI plate up here. I'm hitting the camera here, I'm sorry. Textured PEI plate up here. And then here it says time lapse, we want that. And then print. So we'll hit print. And now the printer will get started on doing this print. It'll warm up the nozzle and the bed, and then it'll start printing it. All right, so this is the Temp Tower that we printed. And I think I'm going to slide a piece of cardboard underneath here so it'll make it easier to see the differences. So this Temp Tower was printed at different layers or different temperatures, 225, 220, all the way up to 180. And the point of doing this test tower is so that we know it's going to have defects at certain temperatures. What we want to do is find the ideal spot. So like if we look up at the highest level here, get my pointer in here, at the 80 temperature, you can see the top. Not good. The underneath is not well, and there's a lot of wisps in here, those little fine pieces. But as you go down, you can see the wisps start to disappear. There's still some issues on the bottom side, the underhang here. But if you come down, 200, 205, 210, 215, the wisping is gone. The underside starts to get better. But as we move down in the temperature, you can see underneath here, there's my little pointer, there it is. You can see there's issues here. But if we go back up to like 215, there look clear. No wisping. The little point is crisp. That's your distraction. And if we turn it here, the overhang doesn't look bad. This area here is the overhang. Looks good. So for this filament that we're using, this Elegoo PLA marble filament, I'm saying that 215 is going to be my ideal temperature. So let's go back into the slicer and we'll set it so that it prints at 215 first layer, and I'm thinking maybe 210 for the second layer. Let's go in and make those changes based on this result of this temp tower print. We're back in the Elegoo slicer, and we want to update our filament profile to reflect the results from our temp tower test, right? So first of all, we can make sure we have the right filament that we use, which was in this case, it was the Elegoo PLA marble. Then we're going to click to the right here. And this is the material settings. And if we come down, you'll see the nozzle first layer was 108. We want to make that, I'm going to make mine 115. And I'm going to make every layer after that 110. So a little bit warmer on the first layer and get some better adhesion. So now these changes in the temp tower test we did are just for this filament, PLA marble, on my Centauri carbon. Different printers would be different. You'll get different results. Different filaments, you'll get different results. So I've updated it. Now I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it as that PLA marble. Now I've got that done. Now, anytime I print on this printer with the PLA marble selected, it's going to print at that 115 first layer, 210 second layer. All right, so we got our PLA marble filament updated, and that's the filament I want to use for the first printer mod that we're going to be doing, which is a riser for the glass lid. It's got a hinged lid and stuff like that. So let's go ahead. I'll show you that file on Maker World. We'll download it. We'll get it sliced. We'll send it to the printer. We'll get all the pieces printed, and then we'll go ahead, come back, and assemble it. Let's go. All right, guys, so in order to print the riser modification for my carbon that I want to do, I'm going to go back into Maker World again like we did before. This time I'm going to search for riser Centauri carbon, click search, and you're going to see there's a large number of them here to choose from. I like the one down here that's got the lift up lid. This one here. See, it's got that lid that raises and lowers with a hinge. That's the one I'm choosing. Let's click on this one. So we're going to download the 3MF file right here so that we can print it. It's downloading and it's done. So we're going to open it in the Elegoo Slicer app like we did for the temp tower, but I just want to point out that there is some bill of materials for this one. You need some different size screws in order to put the thing together. You can buy them right here with Buy Now. You can buy them right from Maker World and they'll ship them to your house. And you'll get just the ones you need. All right? So we have the file downloaded. Let's open the slicer and let's slice this hinge riser. Okay, now, first thing I want to do, you'll notice that there's multiple plates in this project. You've got the pieces for the riser, you got the springs and the arms for the hinge, and this is a transparent uh, cover for LED lights. It's another mod, but we're not going to be actually printing this. So let's go back up, make sure that we've got the Elegoo carbon 4, yes. Textured PEI plate, yes. The gray, that's my Elegoo PLA marble, that's correct. And then the black is set for generic PETG. That's correct, because these pieces, the springs, these are essentially like a spring. They need to be stronger than you would get with the PLA. So we're going to use those. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and use the rest of the settings stock that came with the project. We're going to slice the plate, and you notice there's 3 plates here, but I'm only doing them one at a time. You could slice all 3, but I'm choosing just to do one at a time, especially being new. And then it'll ask me to print it. Yeah, I'm going to click print, and then we're going to upload it to the printer, just like we did with the temp tower. Okay, now let's take and print the first plate of the riser. And the other 3 plates will go just like this one did. Again, we got the textured PEI plate up on top, time-lapse photography selected, and I'll just hit print. Alright, so we're back. I've got all the pieces for the riser printed. The sides, the front and back corners, the slide, the spring. I've got the screws laid out. So the first thing I need to do is to pull off all the supports. As you can see, there's supports on all these pieces. Should just break right off cleanly. I have to clip some, but I'll get all these cleaned off here. And a chip. Man, I can't believe this printer. Centauri carbon. It is just awesome. The prints are just flawless looking prints. These still have the warts on them. Let me go ahead and get all these things off. Probably should have said before, but I'll have all these, a link to all these models that I'm showing you, all linked down below. I think that's that for now. You can set the black one aside, and get started on the assembly. I got a little guide over here. It looks like bottom. These are going to be up top. Obviously this is going to be in the front. Missed a few here. I think that's going to be in the front side. I got a diagram in front of me, guys, helping me. It's going to be like that. Like that. This is the back piece. I'm assuming this goes on the outside, so that's going to be this side. That. This one's going to go like this. Now what I don't know if this is the right or the left. That's a good question. Doesn't really say. Let me get the page ahead. Yeah, on the next page I can see that these are going to go like this. Yeah, this, I think I got them right. All right, so frame assembly. Start right here. Let's just start right here. And I'm going to need M4 by 12. 4 by 12, that's these. That's the right one. Shows them going down inside, but these heads are not going to go down inside there, I don't think. No. All right, let me take a break. Review the instructions that I got on the screen here. It looks like I'm doing the right thing. M4, 12, 2, M4, 12, 2, yeah. Let me take a minute here and take a All right, I'm back. I found out the problem I was having with the screws. The problem I was having with the screws were they were not going all the way down into the countersunk hole in the frame, and the screws that I was trying to put in were the ones that I got from Maker World with this project, but the heads are too big. Alright, so now I do owe you guys an apology, because at that point I was just putting the frame together. I'm not sure exactly what happened. I thought the video was running, but it wasn't, and you guys missed it where I just screwed everything together and put the lid together. But let me bring this around and show you the difference in the screws and why the ones that showed on Maker World don't work. So, I don't know if you can see that. The ones that are right there, the silvery shiny one versus the black one next to it, that goes right down flush, as you can see. But the other ones don't. They don't go down into the countersink. The button head is too large. So anyway, I solved that problem when with this set of screws that I had bought for future projects on Amazon. And luckily I had it because it enabled me to go ahead and complete this. So let me swap this one screw back out. And I'll show you what you missed on the rest of it. Apologize for that. I'd like to have shown you, but it's probably a little tedious watching me put all these screws in, but pretty straightforward. And there's an instruction sheet that comes on Maker World. The creator did a great job of putting an instruction sheet in there that showed how to do the assembly. So this is actually the finished product. If you push these in here, those are the keepers. With those in, the lift will raise, right? I undid it all the way. So this is the piece with the screws in it, and then there's the two brackets that go on the glass, and then the two rods that catch in here. So that when it's mounted on the printer, you can hear that or not, but there's a D10. You can have it at like 4 different levels, right? Held up, another one down, another one down, just a little bit open, or all the way shut. So that actually completes this design or assembly. Sorry you missed some of the assembly. Next step will be to put it on the printer itself and let you see what that looks like. Okay guys, so you can see here's with the beautiful riser installed. Just lift the lid, 1 click, 2 click, maybe 3. You get that ventilation. Because anytime you're printing with the Centauri carbon and you're printing PLA or PETG, you're going to want either the door open or the top open. Okay? So, then to let it down, just hold the 2 clips. If you're interested in participating in the giveaways that I'm conducting for my Monkeycraft YouTube channel, I have created a separate video that I've linked down below that has all the information for the giveaways, what's being given away, what you do to have to participate, the ground rules for it, everything. All that information is in that separate video that's linked down below. So if you're interested, would like to participate, try to win some 3D print stuff, click that link down below. Good boy. Come here. Good boy. All right. Well, that's going to put a wrap on this video for now. But please join me in my next video where we're going to do some future mods to the Centauri carbon printer. And if you haven't had a chance to like and subscribe yet, please do it now. Catch you in the next video.